Viz Media is giving updates, and the updates are good. Sales are going great. Business is great. Nothing can stop these guys. ICV2.com. This is an article about manga and how it's selling for Viz in the age of the big health event. There's binge reading, box set sales, volume ones, and a lot more. We will get into this article. It's really interesting. If you want to support my work, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. You can go to collegeofthedead.com and you can get a copy of College of the Dead Graduation Day, my ongoing zombie apocalypse series. We've got 2 editions out so far. You can get them both. Also, you can sign up at epicmermaids.com to be on the email list for The Mermaids, an epic mermaid fantasy. It's Game of Thrones with mermaids. Full color. It's a very, very cool series. Back to the article. So this is the ICV2 interview with Viz Media Vice President of Publishing and Sales, Kevin Hamrick. Interesting. Okay, we caught up with Viz Media Vice President Publishing of Sales, Kevin Hamrick, to find out how manga's been doing in the era of the big health event. And we learned about binge reading, box sets, volume ones, and other recent trends. Viz publishes My Hero Academia. Huge, huge success. They have multiple volumes out. They're up to over 20 volumes. They're $9.95. They're usually just under 200 pages. Big sellers. People love them. And as the series goes, it's bang, bang, boom. The series is about a boy born with superpowers, without superpowers, in a world where everybody's got superpowers. Very common. But who still dreams of being a hero himself. He's scouted by All Might, Japan's greatest hero, who shares his quirk with Midoriya after recognizing his potential, and later helps him to enroll in prestigious high school for heroes in training. Now, what is the potential he sees? Get the book. Learn all about it. There's a lot more to being a hero than just having power. I bet it's got a lot to do with that. All right, back to the article. ICV2 asks, where do you see the manga market right now? How's Viz been doing during the whole health event? Kevin Hamrick responds, Viz has been doing extraordinarily well during all this. Our sales are beyond expectations. We started off the year strong, and when it all hit, we took a look at our business. We even had talks about should we revise our revenue budget and goals. A lot of companies did. And should we revise our publication schedule? A lot of companies did that too. Recently, it's announced Valiant closed their New York City offices. They're still in business, but they closed New York City offices, obviously to save some money. But they did neither. We released everything on schedule. We've not touched our revenue budget, and we're beating that and then some. Woo! Big sales. It seems that our manga readers are very resilient. They're going to get their manga one way or another. Even though the brick and mortar stores are closed for a while, we see a huge shift to online sales, whether it was Amazon, BN.com, BAM.com, or even Right Stuff. We also noticed that seemed to be this binge effect. People were binging on manga like they were binging on Netflix because our box set sales exploded. So they would just, obviously have a lot of free time, and they'd be like, all right, great, let me just buy a ton of box sets of multiple graphic novels. Great business for them. And they ask, really? He said, we can see from which books we're selling. People were buying sequential volumes within a series. Sequels, sequels, sequels. What I always say, if you can, prioritize publishing sequels if you're publishing your own stories. People want the back ones and they want the new ones. And the number of volume sets that we sold during this period is just crazy. Even deep, deep backlist. So old titles that they have not sold in a while. I had the fear going in with stores closing, how are people going to discover new series? In-store shopping is quite a big part of that. That played out because our backlist sales are extremely strong. We flipped our backlist to frontlist sales during this period. So they sold more backlist than frontlist, which is fantastic. It just means people are looking for more and more and more of what they have. People are either getting into a new series that they'd heard of before, or their friends recommended, or they've had great reviews online, or it's something they always wanted to get into, and then obviously they just started to. For Viz, it's extremely good, but the manga market is strong as well. We outperformed the book trade during the whole health event period. That critical period of 9 weeks, we outperformed that. We did not drop as much as the category did. We propped up the category with our sales. So we're really happy right now. And to give you an idea of sales, this is some July sales for them. This is not their book. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse is from Harper One. That sold 37,929 units. That's at $22.99. But here is My Hero Academia, 17,994 copies. Here's another one of theirs. Was published originally in 2015. 7,169 copies at $10 retail. That's $70,000 in retail sales. Usually about half of that goes directly to the publisher, about approximately half, around $35,000 just from that one title from that 1 month. And here's volume 2, 6,400 copies. So they're selling plenty of copies. Last year in 2019, they sold, the biggest selling title was Dogman For Whom the Ball Rolls, which is a cute title, over 1 million copies. And 98,000 for My Hero Academia Volume 1, 98,720. $10 retail for My Hero Academia, also $10 cover price, same for Dogman. But this was published in 2015. So it's fantastic. They keep moving more and more copies. So back to the article. All right. Any comments on what's going on in the comic store channel? So they're talking about copies that you're selling direct to comic stores. We're ahead of last year, even with the disruption of Diamond, because Diamond Comic Distributors, what used to be the exclusive distributor to comic book stores, closed down for something like 7 weeks and didn't ship any new product. They came back roaring out of the gate with our books in particular. We talked to some of the bigger comic shops, and they're very happy that we're continuing to publish our books and that the books are even available to buy. The supply chain was full. Several of them found that they could open accounts with Simon & Schuster while Diamond was closed, or Ingram or Baker & Taylor, or even Bookazine, and get our books. So they were able to get to the comic store. They were able to get books even while Diamond was closed if they were still operating. Like I said, our readers are very resilient. I think the direct market is also very resilient. I know here in San Francisco, they found ways to ship books to people. They found ways for curbside pickup. There's a lot of problems with direct comic book stores, direct market comic book stores. They are not as successful as Viz is a publisher. But he's obviously wishing them well, and that is where Viz started, was direct sales of periodical versions of comics, not graphic novels, to comic book stores, and also manga, and they built themselves into a real substantial business. As long as the demand was there, Viz made the decision to keep the supply chain going. Through Simon & Schuster and our printers, we were able to get the books in and get the books out. Diamond has been reordering books that they just placed orders for 2 months ago when they got back open, and now they've reordered some similar titles again. So books are selling through. They ask, what do you attribute this interest in manga to? Is it less competition from other forms of entertainment? And they respond, I think it's cost effective. It's a cheap way into entertainment. Our manga is $9.99 and discounted online almost everywhere. Yeah, I was looking online, and a lot of it's as cheap as like $6 a book, $6.50 a book. You can find it pretty inexpensive, even their brand new releases. For the price of a month of a subscription service, you can enjoy and read the majority of a series, or at least a few volumes. Also, people can't go to movie theaters. That's money they're not spending, and so it's just very cost effective. Were there any particular content trends that you're seeing as far as particular kinds of series that people seem to be gravitating toward in this period? My Hero Academia still leads the pack. It seems to be the Shonen Jump type things with My Hero Academia or One Punch Man. Anything with Junji Ito's name on it has incredibly high sales right now. So horror manga seems to be strong. Spy X Family just came out Volume 1, and those sales are very strong. So the Shonen Jump stuff and the Shonen type series seem to be leading the pack. So really it's just a continuation of past trends. Yeah, of course. Exactly. Anything that shows up on Netflix or on TV. So Dorohedoro, which has been a long-running series from years past, shows up on Netflix, and all of a sudden we've got to reprint every volume. Yeah, TV and movies, they do drive a lot of sales of graphic novels. Even though comic book movies have not necessarily sold what we see as a lot of comics, they're going, and it's not going to save comic book stores. You will sell more Batman graphic novels in bookstores and through the bookstore channels and comic stores too, but mostly through these bookstore channels when the movies come out. So if you've got the ability to put out a graphic novel tied exactly to a movie, Yup, it's going to sell. Any other series that's happening to? Beastars, the Netflix series for Beastars, that has really helped the sales of that. People have discovered that, and we've had to reprint all those volumes as well. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the year in terms of big releases from Viz? For the rest of the year, one of our Viz originals is coming out, Fangirl, which is the manga adaptation of the young adult New York Times best-selling novel. The orders for that trade are extremely strong, so we're very happy about that. We've got Tokyo Ghoul RE box set coming out in October. We've got Legend of Zelda Legendary Edition box set coming out in October as well. Wow. Good for them. We're flipping those trade paperbacks to hardcovers for the box sets only. Wow. You can't buy the hardcovers loose, so you can get a hardcover box set. That's pretty fancy schmancy. We've another Junji in December called Ramina, which should do extremely well. From the Jump side of things, Chainsaw Man Volume 1, great title, which was on our Jump service and trended very high, so we flipped that to print. Looking forward to that. I'm forgetting one. Yeah, the last one is The Art of Magic the Gathering, the art book from the game. We've got War of the Spark coming. That will conclude the series. Wow. They have a lot of great titles. And they've got a subscription service, too, for digital. It's interesting to check out. These guys have really innovated. They've worked hard. They've promoted hard. They ship their books. They focus on stuff that can sell. When they're selling a book that the retail price, like the cover price, is $9.99 and it's 192 or 200 pages, and then you can buy it at a discount online for $6 or $6.50. There is a lot of value there for the consumer, so it's going to sell. And these guys do a great job of also doing more of whatever works and really watching what consumers want. That's your way to success. You know, whatever business you're in, particularly in publishing and entertainment, give people more of what they want. That's why I always suggest sequels. If you want to support my work, it's a huge help. Give me comments below. Let me know what you thought of this article and any of the other comments that I made about publishing and what they're doing. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Of course, collegeofdead.com is my ongoing zombie apocalypse series. You can check that out. Link in the description. And sign up to get notified by email when The Mermaids launches. An epic mermaid fantasy, full color. It's like Game of Thrones with mermaids. It's very, very cool. I'm really, really excited about this book. All right, I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.